going on, Jerome's? So, yes, unfortunately, Kirk Cousins, Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins, all of the talk about where is he going to go, what's he going to sign for, it really is the soap opera, Kirkos of our lives. One life to live, or something like that. Young and the Restless. People chimed in. That was the one I was thinking of. But will he re-sign with the Vikings? Will he take the money and go to the Falcons? Is there a dark horse like potentially the Denver Broncos all up in there? And all of the rumors and innuendo and speculation is going on right now. Did you know that Kirk Cousins is moving his family to Atlanta? Because I've been doing this for 23 years. I drive a Dodge Stratus. But Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, longtime NFL insider, local guy as well, came up through the ranks here, the pride of the great state of Minnesota. I feel like Pelissero is a big J journalist. He's one of the real NFL insiders that, beyond just getting the press releases from agents and teams and whatnot, I believe and trust his work. I think that he is phenomenal, and we're very lucky to have him both locally because he gets the inside scoop here with the Vikings, which he has connection with going back to years, as well as him nationally. He's fantastic, and he was on with Rich Eisen this afternoon talking about what the hell is going on with Kirk Cousins, Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins, and he said some interesting things. And also, I think there are things that are definitely buttoned up and things that you can take to the bank. So this is what he said when asked about what's going on. Quote, I believe that Kirk Cousins will take this into Monday, the start of legal tampering, and he's going to want to see what the marketplace is out there, which is kind of what the Vikings preferred for him to do as well. Now, so when he says this, that the Vikings would prefer him to hit the market, I don't think this is him. I don't think he's doing what we do, reading the tea leaves and all that stuff, trying to read between the lines. I think that he's speaking from a very solid source, that the Vikings that want him to hit free agency because he's able to gauge his market. And that's something that we've talked about does make sense, where the Vikings, I don't think are panicking with the impending, but the void year dead cap, it's 28.5. Oh, Lord, oh, mercy me. I don't think it bothers them because they can re-sign Kirk, and Brzezinski can structure it so that it pushes the cap hits into future seasons. So it's no muss, no fuss. Right, but the Vikings want Kirk to gauge his market because with his time with the Vikings, 3-year, $84 million deal, that was the last time that he truly gauged his market value on the open market. The Jets were coming in 3 for 90, 3 for 84. What's it going to be? Because the Vikings don't want to overpay, and Kirk Kirk definitely doesn't want to shortchange himself. And if he's going to take a hometown discount, which is unlikely, he wants to know if it is a true discount. Or what it is, because remember, he's never really tested his value on the open market, because 3 for 84, then 2 for 66, then 1 for 35. It's always been extensions while he's been under contract with the Vikings, and the Vikings. All right, so we'll get all right. Pelissero continued. There's a lot of talk about Atlanta. I fully anticipate that Atlanta is going to be involved here. There's some other teams, like even Denver, that could possibly be involved. Now, with Pelissero, I don't think that he's just spitballing here. I think that this comes from a base of knowledge. I don't think this is like other media people or other insiders just like, Denver. And the Vikings do want Kirk Cousins back. It's just a matter of it's got to be at a price they can stomach. So, again, we said that is probably the Vikings' tact, but we're speaking from reading through the tea leaves. I actually do believe that Pelissero is getting this from someone that is close or inside with the Vikings. So it's an obvious thing where if the Vikings didn't want Kirk Cousins back, I think that ship would have already sailed. It was like, yeah, we're done. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. There would be an announcement. There would be a tweet. There would be a social media, all that stuff. But the Vikings do want Kirk back, but it's got to be at the right price. And that's one of the reasons why it makes sense for him to hit the market. And we said this ad nauseum already, where it's like, hey, Kirk, we want you back. This is crazy. Kirk, we want you back, except it's got to be 1 year, nothing guaranteed past year 2 or past year 1, and it'll be an X number of dollars. Now, whether that's 40, 45, 50 million per year, TBD there. But I think that's what the Vikings stance has been with Kwesi over the last 2 years, just piecing together and reverse engineering it, because that's exactly what happened last offseason when reportedly the Vikings wanted to do another one-year Band-Aid deal, and reportedly Kirk wanted a multi-year guaranteed deal. So we are where we are. So what's interesting, yeah, Pelissero saying that the Vikings do want Kirk back and they do want him to gauge his market because they want him to go out and see how much a soon-to-be 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles is really worth. Kirk is looking for, 45, 50 million per year with heavy guarantees through 2025, maybe even 2026. He may find out that ain't really out there. So then all of a sudden the Vikings offer, potentially on the table, all of a sudden becomes a lot more palatable, and they could potentially work something out. So it's sort of like when the Ravens franchise tagged Lamar, and they let him ostensibly go out and sort of check the market on his value, and then they came to an accord on a new deal last offseason. Similar to that. So I think it's a spot where the Vikings, too, I mean, if Kirk leaves, he leaves. It's like, hey, we want you back, but it's got to be at this certain price. And what Pelissero reported here is backing up what we've been saying all along. Also, this is interesting. Once we get to Monday, I anticipate things to move quickly. So, of course, there's no tampering before the start of legal tampering on Monday. But if all of a sudden this long-term complicated deal gets done with Kirk Cousins and another team, like the Falcons or the Broncos or whatever, it's just like, oh, we just got this together in a couple of minutes before the start of legal tampering. Whatever, man. But it's nice to hear, because that means within 3-4 days we'll get some closure on this thing, and the Vikings will get a clear picture of what their future is going to be. I think either way, whether Kirk is back or not, the Vikings should and could be searching for the quarterback of the future, because if Kirk's back, I don't anticipate more than a 2-year deal. I think that they dug their heels in, drew the line in the sand, like, hey, we're not crossing this Rubicon, man. Caesar, F yourself. Although Caesar did win. Pyrrhic victory. Anyways, but I think that's where we're currently at. And I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see the floodgates open. Like, 1 minute past the start of legal tampering, does Kirk and the Falcons get something done? If so, can we get some tampering draft pick compensation and love? But we'll see. Either way, I'm glad that things are, we're rounding third base and we're diving into home, and we're going to find out if we're safe or we're out, and we're going to be good. We're going to be good to go there. But your thoughts are thoughts. Tom Pelissero on not NFL, Rich Eisen show, talk about the future of Kirk Cousins, and things maybe come on together pretty quick. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Don't support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.